This afternoon, I sat down with the new provost, Dr. Earle Traynham, to better understand the outlook he has on his new position. While you were interim, just interim provost, why did you decide to apply for the full-time position like last minute?
Yeah, it really was last minute.
It was?
Yeah, it really was, because I very publicly said on the floor of the Faculty Association that I really had no interest in this job. I was happy to do it for a year or two, but then would be happy to get back to retirement. The truth of the matter is, I found the job to be much more enjoyable than I ever imagined it would be. And so that sort of changed my attitude about things. But even then, after 2 years, the university started a search, and this was last fall now. They started a search, and I really did not plan to apply at all, and indeed did not apply. They brought, there are always a large number of people that apply for these kind of positions. And in this case, there were no internal people who applied, no people from UNF that applied, but I don't know, 100 or more people from outside. And in the end decided there wasn't anyone that he felt comfortable enough to make an offer to. And so at that point, there was a decision made to reopen the search. And several people encouraged me to think about applying. And so I did. I kept more of a distance from the search committee because I was now an applicant for the job. But I think they forwarded 2 names to the president for consideration. One was mine and one was someone else's. I can't even remember who. So that was several weeks ago. And then the president talked to me one more time, and I'm sure talked to the other person. And then last week indicated that he would like to make me an offer. And so we chatted, and then on Monday he announced that he had made his decision.
So when the committee was looking for someone else, was the president really pushing for you to get the position?
No, I don't think. My guess is that the president had no interaction at all with the search committee during any of that process until the very end. He meets with them after they've completed all the on-campus interviews.
What did you accomplish as interim provost?
I worked with 2 of the colleges where the deans were finishing up a term, and I've worked with those 2 colleges now on searches to find a replacement. Also, another thing that took a long time was working with the colleges to get strategic plans. When I first started back, I started looking for the strategic plans that the colleges had, and in fact, only 2 of them had anything at all in the way of a strategic plan. And it didn't seem to me that we were, particularly at the department level, were in a position to make very informed decisions about what we wanted to do. To me, a strategic plan should inform your decisions, and you may not ever get where you want to be, but every decision you make, when you have an opportunity to do something, to add a faculty member or change the curriculum, it should always be moving you toward your goal. And yet, most of the colleges didn't have strategic plans, and indeed, almost none of the departments had strategic plans.
How involved are you in student life, like directly?
I'm not directly involved in that, but of course I have a strong interest in student life and have a lot of opinions about student life because it's such an important part of the overall educational experience here. And this campus is not as vibrant on the weekends as I think it should be, as it needs to be. And so obviously I have an interest that spills over into the academics, because if you can't keep students interested in living here, then they're less interested in going to school here.
After spending some time with Dr. Traynham, we now have insights as to who he is and what he's going to do with his new position. This has been Luke Barber with Spinnaker Media.